compared to other games on the Wii, it's pretty good.
It's really good actually, and the voice acting was well done.
Yeah, it's well done. I haven't had a problem with it yet. It's nice.
Yeah, so I would give that a probably, I don't know, pretty good. And an 8.5 as well. It was an overall good
solid
title.
7. Solid
so
7.
For your overall, it would be a 7 for you in overall, or your graphics?
Graphics
okay.
are 7.
What would your overall then be then?
Okay, well, do I actually medium it out, or do I just say how much I enjoyed the game? That's tough.
You just give it.
Overall, like based on enjoyment and everything, I'm really into it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it like, I didn't even think I gave it a 9 once, but I'm gonna give it a 9. It is just, I love it. It's really good. It's a good Silent Hill. It's different. It's nice.
And as for me, I'm going to, because I have no really attachment to it, I guess mine would be the unbiased opinion.
I'm a bit biased for Silent Hill. Nothing can
so
really
mine would probably be an 8.8 then for it. As a Wii title though, keep that in mind. If you have a Wii out there and you're looking for a good Wii title, and you're a hardcore gamer and whatnot, then this would be a title for you.
And you're not terrified of your shadow.
There's a lot of shadows, whoa!
A lot of
shadow effects were good. Shadow effects were well done.
Actually, I disagree with that, because when we were walking down the alley, when we had the thing pointed on Michelle, that was horrible. I personally find, because the shadow, it was just a giant shadow and everything that would get larger through the thing, and it wouldn't change depending on the wall it was on. I disagree. Anyways. Now we're done with Silent Hill, Shattered Memories.
And, yeah, let's go on to
Darksiders, the game of the week.
Woo!
This was intense.
You know, it's probably not even the game of the week anymore, because...
well, yeah, it came out 2
Stuff
weeks
will
ago.
have come out by now, and 40th days out.
And we'll go into that at the end. We'll talk about it anyway. And, so... Darksiders. Let's see, I guess I should be the one that starts with this because I played it the most. I rented it at the beginning of the week, and I'm really not compelled to play it. Like, every time I came home, I would be like, I should really get into Darksiders, just so I have more of an opinion based around it for our podcast and whatnot. But I'd end up going on the computer, or sleeping, or eating,
or going to parties and having friends. Whoa, Nathan.
I know. Yeah, totally. Actually, yeah, legit. Like, I would stay out and stuff because I would. It wasn't really compelling. No, I did end up doing things this week. Thank you very much. I'm not totally.
I'm saying that's something you did. You went to his house.
Yeah,
I'm defending you.
Okay. Well, even still, if I hadn't have gone to his house, then I would have been sleeping anyway. So,
whatever.
It just goes to show how enjoyable this game is. I do intend to play it further and stuff until the rental's overdue, because there's no way I would spend $60 on this. The best way that people are describing it is a God of War title mixed with a Zelda game, and as much as I agree and or disagree with that, it's...
So do you agree?
I don't know. I really don't know. And to be honest, if you start off the game, it reminds me a lot like Prototype. Just because the apocalypse is happening and everything, and you're basically going around throwing cars at random monsters and stuff. It just reminded me a lot of Prototype. But besides that, it doesn't at all. And I do enjoy the art direction. It's nice. I'm kind of jumping around a lot. I guess we should start with story. I'm going to start with story. The story I enjoy, I don't know what it originates from, like what,
The Four Horsemen?
No, I know it originates from the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, but I don't know what, like,
the Horsemen
who came up with that, if it was, like, a culture thing or whatnot. But anyway, I enjoy the idea of the Four Horsemen and stuff, and the fact that this is actually placed in the real world, and that heaven and hell are battling, and we're basically trying to mediate. But,
wait, the humans are trying to mediate?
No, not the humans. There's the council.
Yeah. Okay. So humans aren't a big part of the story?
Humans were killed off, literally, in the first part of the thing.
Okay.
Basically, the apocalypse happened, then the horsemen,
It always happened early, didn't it?
What?
Didn't it happen, early?
It happened right at the beginning.
Yeah, I know, but, it wasn't, the story was, the apocalypse came early, and then...
Yeah, basically, no, it came early and stuff, and then...
So you got a text.
I did. I'm popular, but anyway.
Continue.
And the apocalypse happened, and War was the only horseman to come to do this. Abaddon ended up getting killed, and they believe that War is the one that caused it all. So then he gets taken back to the council, and he stays there for 100 years, or he's unconscious for 100 years. I was unsure of that. And he believes something has gone wrong in between those two realms, so he goes back to Earth with the council watching him through a watcher. Wow, clever. And
It's like the evil force.
That's definitely what you
that,
want to
by
call
the way,
your
the Watcher is the Navi of this game, although much less annoying because he only talks to you when you actually need it.
See, that's definitely what you want to call your little observation thing. You want to call the Watcher, because you're watching people all day. Watching.
Thanks, Devin.
Agreed. Anyway, and
That probably didn't come through on the microphone. I was talking really quietly.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't really care. It's probably better that it didn't.
Yeah, just edit over that.
Speaking of which, what were we talking about?
God, I wasn't even listening.
Probably
the
not.
story of
No.
it just what's his face returned.
Yeah, he returned back, and it was 100 years later. The human race is completely gone, and he's just trying to find out what's wrong in between the two things.
I looked at the achievements or trophies, and you have to find the other horsemen. Apparently, I think.
Yeah.
That was part of the thing, and you figure out what happened to them. And
So how far are you in on it right now?
I'm 2 temples in.
Temples. Like
Temples.
Zelda.
Like Zelda.
we're
Yeah,
going
like Zelda. Whoa. And I find this is a pretty decent game. Like, I do enjoy it. It's just, it's really kind of bland and repetitive. And it's got the whole sense of you go into a temple, you get an item, then you use that item the entire temple. And they pull it off very Zelda-esquely, and I don't know, it's very combat heavy at the same time too, and the combat isn't as variable as like God of War is and stuff, because God of War you've got much more attacks and whatnot, and you've got heavy, and as gay as this sounds, you've got heavy and not heavy to deal with. In this one you don't even have that. You have two weapons, and varied in between the two isn't really going to do much. It's really a really bland experience, but it's enjoyable if you don't mind repetitive tasks. So
I love repetitive tasks.
I need to go into my little opinion here. I didn't play for that long, maybe a couple hours, but I kind of formed an opinion, probably a very jaded opinion, or like a little pretty quickly.
he played a temple though, so
Yeah.
he didn't play outside much.
Yeah, I play a lot of action games. Like I play like Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden.
Bayonetta.
The difficult
I
ones.
haven't played Bayonetta yet, but I play like really
Next
hard.
episode.
Yeah, we're gonna do Bayonetta next
Yes,
episode
I
actually.
will.
I play like a lot of really hard action games, and this game just like, if I don't want to compare it to those two, but to me it felt like it was good. Like the combat was fun.
Solid.
Like I wouldn't say it was solid, but like
Liquid.
no, it's good.
Solid reference.
It's
Got
good.
that in check. Sorry.
It's good combat, but it felt really heavy to me.
Not to mention how much they try to, you know how they always have, in God of War, they always tend to have these reaction command finishes that are always intensely epic. Like, just mad destruction on whatever animal or creature you're trying to destroy.
Like pulling Cyclops' eye out and then...
Yeah,
that was
hot, so
crazy.
badass.
But anyways, in this one they try to copy that. And except every finish is just a circle finish,
Yeah,
and
you
that
get one
is
button.
another thing. So there's not even reaction commands anymore.
Yeah, so like it used to be like real time, like
Real time reaction commands, like
This
you would
time-
have to press this, or spin the joystick in the right direction.
now it's
etc.
just hit circle once and then you finish them.
Yeah, and then you finish them, and
I
the
just-
finishes are really disappointing.
And they do the slow motion thing for effect, but that gets annoying.
It gets really
quickly.
annoying, especially in the middle of combat, because you're just like, oh, there's 3 other guys that are about to attack me, and now they're gonna have the opening because we're going into slow motion.
And then once you get out of
So-
and, like it's really hard to time getting out of slow motion going into a new attack because, like as I said, the combat's
The only thing they did really smoothly, I enjoy, is there's these hell bats or whatever they're called. They're these giant bats basically, and
Oh,
you
this
jump
is-
up, grab onto them, and you rip off their head and stuff. And you can jump from bat to bat
Oh,
and,
that's cool.
just rip off their heads each time, and going through reaction commands. But that was the only reaction command I enjoyed out of those.
And as I was saying before, like it's really hard to time. Like you will get hit a lot if you do that because it's really hard to time getting out of these commands because, like I said, it's really heavy and